Now, here's the promotion paperwork here. It's called the Get and Go. It's the discount shopper promotion. That's what I'm calling it. You can get the information at barbstamps.com, and you end up getting 2 stamp sets, rhinestones, supplies to create 16 cards, and a free paper pumpkin kit. So you get the code for that. So as I stated, these are the 2 free stamp sets that you get in your kit when you join in September. So Much Love and Queen Anne's Lace. They're both in the big catalog. You get a package of rhinestones that I don't have. Oh, yes, I do. I do have a pack of rhinestones. There you go. You get a pack of rhinestones. And then you're also going to get 16 cardstock kits. 8 of this one and 8 of this one. Now, let me just show you what you can create with your cardstock kits. So this one has a Granny Apple Green card base. And so here are a couple of cards that you can make with the supplies in those cardstock kits. One color of ink, Misty Moonlight. You could substitute black if you don't have that. But they're just very simple, cute cards, and I just love the color combination. They're very bright and springy and fun. Now, this cardstock kit here would be the Coastal Cabana, excuse me, kit. And here are 2 cards that you could make with that kit. Of course, you could make other cards too, and of course, you could use other stamps. You can cut these pieces of cardstock, any way you want to utilize them. You also get envelopes in the kit, so you get the 16 kits, and they all have envelopes in them too. So, yeah, it's a pretty darn good deal for $99 plus tax. And don't forget, you get that $125 of whatever you want, which can include dun, 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 the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because it's amazing and everyone needs it. So we're going to use the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. And we've got some cardstock pieces here. Okay, and that one. All right, so when I talked about in my Love of Leaves class that I have, this is the set of folders that you get in the class. It's the Wrapped in Texture folders. And I went ahead and used this one with this kind of dainty little print on this piece of soft seafoam. See, is that, no, that's not even what it's called. It's called Seaside Spray. Seaside Spray, yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about to get this done. So this is a 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. What else do we have? We have 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 5 1/4 by 4. I have this little piece of Whisper White. I wrote it down. It's 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I have this piece of gray granite that's 2 1/2 by 4 1/2, and we're going to score that at 3 1/4. So let's just bring this in really quick. Slide this over to 3 1/4 and score it. Okay. So then I'm going to fold this up, and I'm going to burnish that with my bone folder. And then I'm going to tear off about 1/2 inch. And the reason I made it extra long is because I need to be able to grip, the piece of cardstock with both hands to tear that off. And I do find when I'm tearing, as you noticed, well, I'll show you on a scrap because I don't want to do that one again. But here's a scrap. When I tear, I have my hand on the cardstock and I pull it towards me. And I kind of move my fingers together down, and then I get a really nice torn edge that way. Okay, and then we were folding that up, so you get that really nice torn edge. Okay. Full of tips and tricks today, you guys. I'm not even kidding. All right, so we have a couple of stamps. So I have this large floral image from the set, and then this is kind of the detail or the filler image right there. So we're using that. And then we're going to use this on the front, and we're going to put this on the inside. So let me get some ink and some stamps and a scratch paper. Now this one's kind of messy, but I guess who cares? Okay, so we are going to ink this up in basic gray. Anybody got any questions about anything I'm doing or about the sign-up special? Again, this is one of the stamp sets you're going to get for free, and now you already have another idea of what to do with it, because I'm going to show you one. So I'm just kind of lining this up. I can barely tell where the edges are, but I think it's going to be all right. Normally I have to put a dark piece of cardstock under there, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, that worked out pretty good. Let me bring in my chamois. Clean that off. Okay. Then we are going to use the Seaside Spray and the filler image. And we're going to get that filled in. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I think I'm going to stamp it off once. And then we'll sort of see. Now I may have to get my head in here because I don't see that great. And well, we'll see how that worked. Actually, that wasn't terrible. So we're going to go ahead and leave it. All right. So I don't need this color ink anymore, but I do need the gray granite. Or not the gray granite, the basic gray. Actually, I should be using gray granite. What am I doing? Hold, please, while I find my gray granite. I don't think that's going to matter. If it does, then we are going to redo it, but I don't think it will. Okay. Where's my sentiment? That's a really good question. Oh, I think it's over here. Yes. Okay, so here's our gray granite. So we're going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp this kind of down here at the bottom of the paper. Well, I got to bring out a piece of colored cardstock because I can't see. She says, she cried, I can't see. There. So if I add a dark piece of cardstock underneath, then I can totally see where the edges of my white are, and then it helps me stamp it where I want to. Okay, there we go. Is that crooked? Yes. Try it again. What did I do? I need to bring this down. Okay. So we're going to try this again. And we're going to try to make it not crooked. Or that needs to go up. Much better. Okay. So, where's my other little piece? Right here. So this little piece is going to go in here. So we're going to add a little seal on that. Whoops. Get that going here for me. I just replaced this yesterday during a video that I was shooting. Okay, so I'm going to set this inside, kind of having it line up on 3 sides. I don't care about the bottom because this piece is going to come up and cover that up, so we don't care if it actually fits in there or not. Okay, then we're going to wrap some ribbon around it. I need to find some. Which one do I want to use? I don't know. I think we're going to go with this gray granite stuff because it's really like satiny and shiny. It's really pretty. And I really like it. Ooh, Susan says she loves her chamois. You are welcome, Susan. Everyone should also have a chamois. You should have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you should have a chamois. Okay, so I'm going to wrap a ribbon around this, but I'm actually going to glue it closed first. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of adhesive and get that to stick. Okay, so then I like to have, whenever I tie a knot around something, I want it to be tight. And the best way for me to get it to be tight is to tie my ribbon around something and then trim it to fit. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I really struggle tying a ribbon around cardstock and getting it to look nice and lay flat. And it's just, the struggle is real. Even for me, I'm a professional, but it's still a struggle. So I just cheat and I do it like this instead. So I tie my bow around a little bottle and then I will trim off the ends. I think I need to come a little more off this one. And then I figure out where I want to put that. So I want my knot to be a little over to the side here. So that means I'm going to cut this right here. And I'm going to bring in a couple pieces of tape. Like I said, it's the cheater way. And then I will adhere these ends of this ribbon to the back of this little card piece here. And that way it's nice and tight and it makes me happy. Okay. And then we're going to manipulate that. There we go. Okay. So we have our front layer here. We're going to add this to the front of that. And I am going to, we'll try some seal here. I think 3 little passes ought to work. Right on the edge of the white. And this is, oh, obviously way too long. Which, you know, better to be too long than too short. So I'm actually going to do that. Just because I want to make sure I have the adhesive at the top. Okay. There we go. Carol likes that cheater way. You are welcome, Carol. The cheater way is a good way. It's a tip. Another tip. We're just, like I said, I'm full of tips. Okay, and then we're going to add this to the front of the main card here. Here we go. So we'll add a little seal to this in the corners, and maybe a tiny bit across the middle. And then we'll do this. Dolly says, my cheater way is to wrap ribbon around and secure, then take the ribbon and tie them. You know what, Dolly, I've done that before, but there's just something about it doesn't always stay for me. Sometimes it comes undone, that little knot. And that just doesn't work for me. I'm pretty anal about my ribbons and bows. But I have done it and it works okay. All right, we have that. Then this little guy is going to go right here-ish. Actually, maybe we'll do dimensionals. Put some dimensionals on the back here. Okay. There we go. Oops, get off there. Okay, so we don't want to cover up our sentiment, of course. There we go. And then on the inside, we're going to add, we're going to do some more stamping. So I'm going to bring in the gray granite and we'll see if it even made a difference, if you can tell. I'm thinking you're not going to really be able to, but we'll find out. So I'm going to take the main image, here it is, and I cleaned it off, and I'm going to stamp this kind of right down here at the bottom. There we go. And then we're going to open up the Seaside Spray, and we're going to bring in that image over the top here. Stamp it off. Try not to bring my head in if I can help it. Normally I have to be like right over the top of it to see. And it could be better, but it could be a lot worse too. Okay, and then we need the inside sentiment, which I forgot to put on the block before I went live, so we're going to do that now. Okay, where is the block? Okay. And then we'll do the gray granite. And we'll get it in the middle and hope that it's not going to be crooked. I think that's good. Okay, so we can start. Uh-oh, look what I just did. The life of a stamper. Inky hands all day long. Okay, let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we'll finish that up. And then we will move on to our next amazing project. And I do have to tell you, it is pretty amazing. I was very excited today when I created it. Get that all cleaned off. The old chamois, we can move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. We're done with the ribbon. Ooh, we're going to need some rhinestones. Because rhinestones come in the kit if you sign up to be a demonstrator right now. So, of course, we're going to use some. And you know, I swear, every card I make could probably have rhinestones on it, literally. Here's another tip, you guys. Some of you may have seen it before, some of you might not care. When I put an inside into my card, I try to line it up on the, well, okay, so here's the card opened. So I line it up on the top, the bottom, and the side, but I always flip it so I work better on this side. For some reason, my eyes and my brain see that side better. So I'm not worried about this side inside the fold at all. I only care if these sides are even, because over here it doesn't matter because it's all the same color. So there's another little tip for you. I actually have had people tell me that's a dumb tip, but I don't think it is because I'm pretty anal and that's how I like my cards to look. So then we're going to add a few rhinestones. So let me take the pick tool out here. And remember, you get the rhinestones are free when you sign up. Ooh, and how about over here? There. We're just kind of randomly throwing them out there. Lynn says she loves bling. I do too. And I can't tell you how many packages of rhinestones I've gone through in my 17-year career as a demonstrator. Probably hundreds, because I just love bling so much. Okay, so there's card number 1.